So we've been talking a lot about players and which teams can go after players, etc., etc. And when it comes to the Vancouver Canucks, there are two names that I wanted to highlight in this video. Of course, you already know from the title, from the thumbnail. Firstly, we are talking about the man from Burnsville, Minnesota. A guy who has been linked to up to 15 different teams, it seems like, throughout the course of the calendar year, and he has been linked to as many as 9 teams in individual articles as of late. But it turns out, when it comes to Brock Boeser, we had ourselves a new update from the 4th period earlier during the draft. His article, Draft Day Off to a Sizzling Start, has the scoop at the bottom here. The Edmonton Oilers, if they clear up more cap space, I wouldn't be shocked if they entered the Brock Boeser race come July 1st. And that, oh my goodness, that is something that I think would spite the Vancouver Canucks fans and the team itself to the nth degree if Brock Boeser headed over to the Oilers and Evander Kane replacing him in Vancouver. Like, talk about a downgrade. Okay, I know, like, I've been defending Evander Kane the entire time throughout this entire trade saga, but man, I can't even go out there and deny. Replacing Boeser with Kane, just from an optics point of view, you think about how people view the Vancouver Canucks, you think about the dynamic in that locker room, you think about how fans in this city look at this team. I mean, you can't go in a more negative direction by replacing Brock Boeser with Evander Kane. I'm going to say on the ice, it's not actually that bad. I think that Evander Kane brings a lot more to the table than Brock does. He's a little quicker, he's more snarly, he gets into opponents' faces more, and he gets into more bad penalty trouble than Brock. But I will say, just the way the Vancouver Canucks are likable, oh, it takes a total turn for the worse with this type of a transaction. And it's not even a transaction. It's not Kane for Boeser, it's Kane for the 4th, and then Boeser leaves and potentially goes to Edmonton. Meanwhile, I'm kind of thinking, you know, if Brock plays with a center as good as McDavid or Draisaitl, that guy could probably get as many goals as he did before. Like, I know I've been talking smack about Brock for a good chunk of the year, saying that he can't drive his own line, and that he needed JT Miller to get 40 goals in a 70-point season. But Ryan Nugent-Hopkins was a 100-point scorer with the Oilers. Zach Hyman was a 50-goal scorer with the Oilers. If these guys can get up to those highs, Brock can probably get back up to 70 points and 40 goals if he's playing with one of the best 2 centers in the world, let alone with JT Miller in New York. This would totally change the game for the Pacific Division, and I don't know if I like it. Brock would also be helping out a divisional rival in Vancouver, with the Edmonton Oilers being just a border away. And I'm just kind of thinking, you know, if Hyman was a 50-goal guy, could Brock be a 50-goal guy with McDavid or Draisaitl? Like, it feels so weird to be saying all these positive things about what Brock could do after going on the tirades that I've been going on the past few weeks here, but I feel like it's possible with McDavid or Draisaitl. Anything is possible with those guys. I could be a 10-goal scorer in the National Hockey League if those guys were setting me up. Could I? I could probably score 5 goals, maybe. I don't know. It's a little different, but Brock Boeser could probably do a lot more damage in Edmonton than he could in Vancouver next season. Assuming Elias Pettersson doesn't immediately jump back up to 100-point caliber, right? So we, of course, had to make this video, scoop out of David Pagnotta talking about how the Edmonton Oilers might enter the Brock Boeser sweepstakes, assuming they're able to free up some cap space. We already talked about the idea of them trading away Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. That was literally the last video on the channel. And so there are a number of ways this Oilers team could make do with freeing things up that way. But I also wanted to talk about another name that the Oilers could be potentially linked to. This is an article posted by Rob Couch on NHLTradeRumors.me from earlier this morning. It's 3 destinations in a trade for Vancouver Canucks Arturs Silovs. And lo and behold, the Oilers are on this list. GM of the Oilers, Stan Bowman, is making it a point to get younger after the look of the roster this season. While it took them to the Stanley Cup final again, a younger and more promising group is what will help the team have less turnover in years to come and a longer window to win. Goaltending is something that will likely be addressed, but 2 goalies have recently come off the board, with John Gibson being traded and Joel Hofer signing an extension. Silovs didn't put up the greatest numbers in the NHL or AHL this season, but is arguably NHL ready and just backstopped the AHL's Abbey Canucks to the championship. He had a 2.01 goals against and a 9.31 save percentage and 5 shutouts in 24 playoff games this season, and already has experience in the NHL playoffs for Vancouver, doing well against the Oilers themselves. This gets the Oilers younger and with a new look in net. Now here's the thing as well, Edmonton. Y'all have been talking about Thatcher Demko and the potential of him jumping ship over the provincial border, but he is already getting into some heavy extension talks with Vancouver. Now that contract extension hasn't been signed just yet officially, but it looks like it could be on its way. With Nikita Tolopilo and Ty Young also getting pretty good praise from Patrick Allvin, and projectedly becoming the duo for Abbotsford next season, it leaves Arturs Silovs in a rough purgatory, especially with his waiver status for next season. This guy could be on the move. And I think the Vancouver Canucks owe it to him after the body of work he had done for this organization. Not just in the Abbey playoffs this year, but in the NHL playoffs too last year. Casey DeSmith and Thatcher Demko both losing the crease, and Arturs Silovs stepping in, shutout victory against Nashville to eliminate them in round 1, and also getting 3 wins against the Oilers. I mean, Arturs Silovs has a good resume. Despite the fact that his NHL numbers were very cheeks this most recent season, the guy got sent down so quickly and for a good reason, but in the AHL, if you backstop a team to a championship, you will get recognized and you will get teams calling to see if you're an option. And if Edmonton really does need goaltending support, I'm not saying Silovs is the perfect guy here. I'm sure there would be other names that would fit the bill a little bit better in Edmonton and who have more experience and more this and more that and whatever. But Arturs Silovs, I think, reputation-wise at the moment, is probably an upgrade over Pickard. Probably. Maybe not Skinner at the moment, which is a pretty low bar, admittedly, but still, is that an upgrade? I would argue yes. Is that really worth it, though? I mean, I can understand why Oilers fans were super into the Demko thing, despite the fact that the guy's been hurt a good chunk of the past little while. It's like, oh, he's a Vezina caliber guy when he's healthy, and now he's healthy, so go get him. But the Vancouver Canucks are also thinking the same thing. Ah, yeah, he's finally healthy, and he wants to stay in Vancouver, so let's just get him back. Bring him back. We'll commit to him. We already committed to Lankinen, and for these other dudes, we can just check it out. Like Arturs Silovs, check out the market. Tolopilo, Ty Young, leave them in the AHL. Nobody wants to trade for them, so let's just have them cooking in the American Hockey League. So I just wanted to toss that idea out there as well. For all the Oilers brass who are going to be watching this video, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. How do you feel about these Vancouver Canucks dudes potentially heading over to your team? What are your thoughts on the Oilers entering the Brock Boeser sweepstakes? And what are your thoughts on the idea of Arturs Silovs being an Oilers option too? Is he too inexperienced to be included in this sort of discourse? Or is he right in that transitory period into becoming a regular NHL dude that it might actually be worth it? Who really knows? You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Canucks fans, Oilers fans, I know y'all don't like each other, but we'll try to keep things a little more civil in the comment section below. Let me know in the comments all your opinions, though. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.